Welcome to Brunettes Who Bitch, where the sports are hot, the takes are hotter, and we don't hold back because life's too short to sugarcoat anything. Welcome back to Brunettes Who Bitch. Taylor dropped The Life of a Showgirl, and honestly, the NHL has never felt more seen. The drama, the glitter, the heartbreak, the comebacks, it's all there. So today, we're giving you The Life of a Showgirl, but as NHL teams and players, because if Taylor wrote breakup anthems about defensemen with commitment issues, she'd have a Grammy and a Stanley Cup.
Okay, but like this album is like genuinely so good. Like it might be one of my like top 3. Like I don't change my Taylor albums very often, but like this one was just so good and like so like I see so much hate about it and I'm like, nah, this was a hit. This was a banger.
It's the first album where I'm like, yeah, like we can listen to it.
Yeah. I literally said to my boyfriend, I was like, there is not a single song on this album that I would skip. And usually, like, with any new album, there's always, like, one where I'm like, yeah, like, I kind of know it, but, like, meh. This album, no. Put any song on, I'm vibing.
Yeah. Like, even, okay. Like, I wouldn't say they're skip songs because I would sit and listen to it, like, repetitively. Yeah. But even, like, the skip songs are songs that I'm like, yeah, like,
well, and like that's not to say that like, oh, you just throw the album on and listen to all 12 songs in one go, because like obviously if you're not in like a sad mood, then don't put Eldest Daughter on.
Exactly.
But like I'm not gonna skip it because I like it.
No, right.
Exactly. And like that girl, speaking of Eldest Daughter, hit like I am the eldest daughter, okay? And like that song is just like she hit it right there. She hit that so hard.
I technically am the eldest daughter, but I'm the youngest child.
So she really hit it for you.
Yeah, I'm like, because wasn't she like talking about how she was gonna do, like she was gonna name it like Only Child, but she was like, I'm not an only child. I have a brother. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I mean, we saw it. We went and saw her little like release thing in theaters, and when she was like explaining it, she was saying like, when you're like the oldest daughter, or like I guess the oldest like kid, but especially like an oldest daughter, there's like this like frame of like perfection that's like needed, and it's this mindset of like you have to do everything perfect because you're like the first one to do it,
right?
And I was like, girl, you got that. Yeah.
she like has a way with like, I don't even know how to explain it. She just has a way with words.
Yeah. She does. She is just very like talented in putting things together like that. And this album truly is like so good. And I love looking back at like, so like I went to an Eras Tour show, right? And I love looking back at like my videos and other people's videos and being like, wait, that was actually like an Easter egg and no one picked up on it.
Yeah.
Like the whole I Can Do It With a Broken Heart spectacle of it being like the Showgirl theater and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like the orange, I know the orange feathers were only used in rehearsal and it was white when she was on stage, but like just all of the like framing that she did in order to make it like, yeah, hey, this is what's coming is crazy.
She like mastermind. I mean, like she knows she's a mastermind, but like
that mastermind because girlie's got it.
Literally. No, I think it's so crazy that she can just do these Easter eggs years in advance, too.
I know, right?
Like, didn't she say she had dropped an Easter egg and it was like, what, 2 some odd years later? And then she was like, oh, do you remember that?
Yeah. She talked in an interview about how she like started thinking about like, can I hint at something that's like 3 years away? And will my fans get it? And we're all over here like, yes. Mother, we got it.
Yeah. You don't know how often we rewatch your things.
like, yes, we got it. I even saw somebody say that like there was like a theory that The Life of a Showgirl was supposed to come after Midnight's.
Oh.
And that Antihero actually has like Easter eggs towards it. But then because of everything that happened with like Joe Alwyn and Maddie Healy, the Tortured Poets department had to like come in between, and then she could put The Life of a Showgirl out. And I was like,
right.
Wow. Yeah, you kind of right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because didn't she said something about how this album, like, it's obviously written from personal experience, but it's also like kind of a storytelling album. Because
she kept talking about, like, at the release thing, she kept talking about how, like, each song was kind of like she was putting herself in, like, the place of, like, characters. And, like, I mean, she does that a lot with her songs, but she kept, like, emphasizing that with this one and was like, yeah, like, I was thinking about, like, the character Ophelia and, like, what if, you know, this was different? Or, like, a character being her and Kitty for The Life of a Showgirl being the character that is on the stage in front of her, right? Like, that was, like, her whole, like, concept, I guess.
Yeah. Which
Which
I mean,
is really cool.
she's just so talented. I don't think, I mean, obviously not everyone likes Taylor Swift, but I don't think I could ever not like her because, like,
I know, right? I just, like, I
just
grew up
nice.
on her, you know? Like, it was
Oh
like
yeah,
I started
literally.
listening to Taylor literally when Debut came out, and, like, I literally remember being, like, 9, I think, when Speak Now came out, and I literally had, like, a little karaoke machine in my basement, and my mom would hear me literally karaoke to, like, that entire album every day.
Yeah.
Like, it is, you know, it is my life. I grew up on her, and that's just how it is. I don't think I'm ever gonna, like, not listen to her.
Oh, 100%. I used to, like, religiously sing our song, and then
As you should.
I had the karaoke version of Fearless, and I would, like, sing the shit out of White Horse. Like,
Yes!
it was one of my top karaoke songs. My mom would be like, "Do you wanna sing another song?" "No, I wanna sing White Horse."
Yeah, no, I want White Horse, actually, thank you. Mine
Yeah.
was always Sparks Fly from Speak Now, like, every time. When I went to the tour, the song that she played as one of the surprise songs was Sparks Fly, and I literally was like,
That's like a full circle moment right there, of
it really
course.
was. I literally was like, I don't even know what to do with myself right now. Like, I just okay.
Yeah,
I was on the floor. But it was so good.
I'm
Anyway.
jealous. I literally, like, I lost the Ticketmaster war every single time, and I was like,
I didn't even win the Ticketmaster war. You know how I got them? I had a friend who had access to the Ticketmaster queue during the production drops. And the week before the show, she got the tickets for me.
Oh shit.
I was like, no fucking way. Like, I tried for months and months. I registered for so many different shows. Like, I did Detroit, I did Chicago, I think, Indianapolis, Florida, Toronto, Vancouver. I tried everything. And Ticketmaster said,
yeah. I fucking hate Ticketmaster.
same, honestly. I was really pissed that year because Taylor was going on tour, Olivia Rodrigo was going on tour, Sabrina Carpenter was going on tour, and someone else was going on tour. And I got waitlisted for all 4. And I was like, okay, respectfully, how are you picking your verified fan processes? Because, like, I have been to 3 Taylor concerts prior to this tour. And, like, the only reason I didn't go to, like, Speak Now or Fearless or anything like that was because I was literally a child.
Concerts,
you know,
were like a foreign thought at that point.
Well, yeah, like, I started going to her shows during the Red Tour. So, like, I have been to lots of her her shows, you know? I have been to, I mean, Sabrina Carpenter and Olivia Rodrigo are newer, but still, like, you can see in my Ticketmaster history that I've been to, like, a ridiculous amount of shows. I literally sat in Florida when the Rep Tour was going on and you could do the, like, point system.
Yeah.
I was in Florida, okay, like, going to Disney, doing my thing, and, like, sitting in Disney, like, clicking buttons to get points so that I could get tickets. Like, this is how dedicated I was. They need to bring that back. Like, stop trying to, you know, random process it. Like, make the real fans actually, you know, like, you have to pass a test.
Yeah. Well, like, and it's also, like, I know that people want to go to multiple shows, but I don't get how all these people are going to, like, 10, 15 different concerts, and I'm like, I didn't even get to go to one.
I mean, like, I'm all for, like, you know, go to multiple shows if you can afford it. I'm never gonna say, like, don't travel to go to shows or anything like that, because, like, I considered getting tickets to see the Jonas Brothers again on their Jonas 20, like, Greetings from Your Hometown tour. But at the same time, like, the problem is not people buying multiple tickets. The problem is resellers. But at the same time, and, like, scammers and stuff. But at the same time, like, do you really need to go to 20 shows, 30 shows, 35 shows? I'm pretty sure I saw somebody that had Eras Tour 47 in their bio. And I was like, that's like half the freaking tour. Like,
I don't even think I've been to 47 concerts in my life.
I've been to 47 in my life, 44 or 47. But, like, one, how did you get that much time off of work? Because, like, I need your job. 2,
Yeah.
how did you afford that? Because that's a lot of money. I need your job. 3, get a new hobby.
Yeah. Like, listen to her on Spotify like the rest of us.
Yeah, put it on Spotify, you know? Like, let's
Yeah.
just relax.
Yes.
Anyway, that's my Ticketmaster rant. Oh, God.
Well, now that we've ranted about Taylor, I guess we can also kind of segue into what this episode's going to be about, which is we are, designating a track from Taylor's new album, The Life of a Showgirl, to players and teams in the NHL. So,
yeah.
Guess we can go down the track list and give who we said for each one.
Yeah, let's get this show on the road.
Yes. I was going to say, I put it in album order. Earlier, I was, like, doing it in the team order that I had, like, picked, and I was like, wait.
Yeah, mine is in, like, order of the track list, so.
Yeah. Because I
start with.
They were all over the place, and I was like,
Yeah.
wait, I don't even have it in the order of the track list, so I should probably fix that. Okay,
Yeah.
So, first track, The Fate of Ophelia.
Can I just say, this song is kind of lyrically, like, masterful.
Yeah.
Before we say anything.
In my head.
Also, the little TikTok dance is, like, so cute.
I still don't know it completely.
That should be our promo for this week's episode.
Yes. No, because I keep getting stuck trying to do that, because, like, I can do the, this part.
The land, the sea, but I get the whole, like...
The Pledge of Allegiance. I get stuck here, because it's like... This?
What are we doing?
Like, I'm so confused. But, like, anyways.
Same.
I've looked up, like, TikTok tutorials so many times, and I'm like, I don't think I'll ever get it.
Me too. Girl, me too. If Taylor can do it, we can do it. Because, like, listen, I love Taylor, but that girl cannot dance.
Yeah. She picked, like, choreography that was like, yeah, like, anyone can do this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we love that for her.
She can dance better now, but, like, the 1989 tour, I was like, girl.
Yeah.
She's just so tall. It's like, she's tall. It's awkward.
Yeah. It's definitely hard for tall people to dance. But yes. Yeah. So The Fate of Ophelia.
Should we do the player first or the team first?
We'll do player. We can do that.
Okay. So my thought process for this, and, like, some of this came out of seeing the documentary that she made and stuff like that, or the, like, session thing. So she explained like the Fate of Ophelia being a song about, like, what if Ophelia, like, didn't go crazy and drown herself. And I kind of took this as, like, like, oh, what if, like, she was saved from, like, that, like, chaos. Right. So my player pick was Trevor Zegras. And this is why. Because he was taken out of Anaheim, where I felt he was going to, drown underneath all of the, like, the chaos that was going on, constantly getting hurt, not having Jamie Drysdale anymore, kind of starting as, like, a superstar and then being pushed to the back because of everything. And now that he's out of there, I feel like it's created that, like, what if,
that's really good.
Yeah.
That is really
That was
good.
Where my head went. I was like, I like this one.
Yeah. See, it was a little bit more difficult to do teams, because there would be instances where I'd be like, okay, well, because there's a specific player on this team, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of, like, stray away from that. But for the Fate of Ophelia, I chose the Dallas Stars as, like, not the perspective of Taylor, but more so, like, the whole, like, Mikko Rantanen thing. He, like, the Stars saved him from the Fate of Ophelia when he was on the Canes. So I was like,
yeah, you know what?
like
That's valid. I like that pick. That's a good pick.
Thank you. I was a little nervous about that one, because I was like, oh. And, like,
no, that's a good one. That actually fits really well. Because, like, realistically, I'm sitting here thinking, like, what team would I even put for that? The only other one I could think I would maybe consider is, like, somebody who got, like, swept in the first round or something. Yeah. And, like, what if that didn't happen? Like, where would things be? But, like, I like the Dallas pick. That's a good one.
Thank you. I, like, half of these I've picked based off of, like, actual, like, ideas, and then others are literally just vibes.
I felt that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Elizabeth Taylor.
Ugh, this song is such a bop. I don't even have a favorite song on the album, because they're all so good. And so, who did you pick for this one?
So, because I feel like this song kind of like portrays like a quiet vulnerability of being like this like stylish composed person, but also being like kind of like a private person at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I went with Austin Matthews
Okay.
because
Pretty good.
he, has this like very cool, like confident, like I'm a star on the ice. I'm really cool. Like, like look at
Mhm.
me go. Like I'm swaggy. But you don't know shit about
His
like his private
personal life.
life. Like you know
Yeah.
nothing. He's very like vulnerable when it comes to hockey, but everything else is like
Hmm.
like you know nothing. He shines under light, but you don't know who he is without it.
That
You know what I mean?
that's a really good one. I'm actually
Yeah.
really impressed with that one.
I thought that was a
I
good pick.
It is a good pick. I'm like kind of regretting my team choice for this because I'm trying to remember what the reasoning behind it was. Hold up. I might have
I
written.
made myself like I literally made little notes so I could like explain why I picked who I picked.
I had earlier and then I like literally changed my mind and I was like, why would you do that? But I picked I picked the Anaheim Ducks. I
Okay.
I don't know if it was I feel like there was a lyric in there. Hold up. I'm gonna have to go
Honestly,
through.
I could, yeah.
Oh, I know why. Because so there was the line where it's the "Be my NY when Hollywood hates me," and it just
Yeah.
made me like I know that technically LA is closer to Hollywood than Anaheim is, but I just thought about how like Chris Kreider and Jacob Trouba are now on the Anaheim Ducks, and they
Oh my
used to
god, I
play for New
forgot about
York.
that.
Yeah, and so like that was like the first thing I thought of like with that. I was like, "Oh yeah, be my
No, girl, that's
NY
actually
when
so good.
Hollywood hates me," cuz like, they're adjusting to being on this new team and all that. So I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
No, that's so good.
I
I
knew
like
I had
that.
a reasoning behind it, but I'm like, "Well."
I like that.
Thank you.
I like that. Okay. Opalite is actually one of like my favorite songs on this album. I mean, I'm kind
Mm,
of in the same boat where I don't really have like a true favorite, but this one is just like so upbeat and fun.
yes.
And I think Opalite or like Opal is like so underrated as it is. So
Mhm.
like this song is going to be underrated, but it's so good. So for my player pick, I went with Petey because everybody who
Yeah.
knows me knows I love Petey. And
Yup.
I think this man is so underrated. Like I know he was injured last season and there was all that like drama with like JT and stuff like that, so he really wasn't performing his best. But he really like is like a fantastic player and I like that he's like a quiet but confident guy, you know?
Mhm.
So I feel like it's very like similar to like Opal and whatever and the whole like, you were dancing through a lightning strike and whatever and now you're like
Yeah.
now the sky's good and everything's fine and I feel like that's kind of where like Petey's at right now.
Yeah.
So I feel like this season is going to be like hopefully a good one for him and you're
Yeah.
just going to watch that kind of like, wee.
Mhm. Yup. I picked this was so random. I picked the Colorado Avalanche because it's one of those things where
Okay.
the whole like underrated and I'm like they are technically a threat to other teams, but it's one of those things where you don't hear like all these
You know what though? Like
massive things.
they're a big team and they have like some big names, because they have Nate and they have Kale and everything. But I feel like I don't hear much of anything about them, even
Yes.
though like everybody kind of forgets they exist until you get to the playoffs. And then you're like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
Colorado could win.
Yeah. It's like, wow, they're a good team. You just
Like,
don't
oh,
like
they're actually good.
they're so unproblematic. Like I have
Yeah.
to give them props. I
Yeah.
think that I'm pretty sure that's my reasoning behind why I picked them because I was like, yeah,
That's a good pick. I like that one.
thank you. Okay,
Father figure.
where
So
I
this
was excited
one,
for this one.
I have two picks for this one, and I'll
Woo!
explain why. So when
Okay.
I'm going back to the documentary because like hearing about what the songs are about makes it a little bit easier to be like, oh yeah, like this makes sense for this. So she was talking about like the original way it was written by George Michael was about like love and like, that like connection and everything. The way that she wanted to write it was from like this viewpoint of power, right?
Mhm.
So I picked my like two picks and I kind of waffled between the two were Sidney Crosby and Connor McDavid.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I picked them because there's such a big like name, and I feel like both their names hold like so much power, especially here in Canada. Like everybody knows who they are, and like it's it's like so like forced at you, and you know, I feel like they can literally just be like, I'm a big powerful dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, anyone who watches hockey knows who those two are. So like
Exactly. You don't even have to watch hockey to know that
oh
they are
yeah.
NHL players, right? Like same thing with like Austin Matthews, but I didn't quite think that he was like as like bam
Yeah.
as these two are,
Yeah.
you know? So like
Because wasn't it
either one of those I feel like would fit kind of the like
yeah.
vibe.
Because didn't Morgan Wallen bring out Connor McDavid at a concert the other day?
I think so, yeah.
And I was like, that
And
was
like
such a random side quest, but
yeah, and like I also kind of thought about like when you listen to like the newbies, for example, like you know when Connor Bedard got into the league or when Macklin joined the league or anything like that, like the first response that they have when people say like who are you like most nervous to play against or who are you most excited to play against, those are the first two people that they say almost every time. And
yeah.
like I can't 100% say that that's what Bedard or Celebrini said, but like a lot of the time when you hear the younger guys like who do you not want to play against or who are you nervous to play against, those are the two that
Yeah.
tend to be the name, you know? So
Yes.
I felt like they fit the father figure, powerful, like not that it's a bad kind of power, just the powerful like stance.
I get that.
Yeah.
So I picked this specific team based off of because there was also like a tone of like at the end, like the whole like undertone of betrayal of like the whose portraits
Yes.
on the mantle, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And that line, I was like, this is so Boston Bruins coded when the GM traded Brad Marchand.
Oh, girl, you hit that.
I was like, this is like,
That's
like,
actually so good.
right? That was the first thing I thought of when I was like thinking of, I was like, okay, like father figure, like, yeah, like now that Marchand's not with the Bruins, I'm 100% preying on their downfall, specifically
Yeah.
because of the organization. So like,
Yeah. Pop off. Yes, that's a good pick. I like that pick.
thank you.
That's a good one.
Yes.
I love that.
Okay. Now track 5. Eldest
Everybody loves a
daughter.
track 5.
Like the track 5 always
Yeah.
you always know that you're going to like feel a lot of emotions during track 5.
Right? Right. So for this one, because you know it's eldest daughter, I mean it's a little hard to match to a male NHL player, but I feel like there's a lot of like you absolutely know where this is going, I promise.
I feel like I do.
I went with somebody who I felt like encapsulates this like quiet perfection of like I need to do really well on the ice. I need to do like really, really well, and is also like the oldest. So I picked Quinn Hughes.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you know, you have two other brothers in the league where you're like, yeah, like I have to do the best because I'm the oldest. Like I was here first. I can't let them show me up, right?
Exactly.
And I feel like he's got that like quiet perfection persona where like when he messes up you can tell that like he gets frustrated. I mean all three of them do, you can tell.
Yeah.
But I feel like in like Quinn he's just so like this is Quinn.
Like if he's not doing his best, then he's like, that was terrible.
Yeah, then he's like, that was it. Like
He's very
wow.
passionate, and you gotta give it.
Yes, yes. He is the depressed track of the life of the showgirl.
He is the track 5.
Yes, he is the track 5. He's probably the track 5 of every Taylor album. But
I'm trying to. Okay, so I picked the Montreal Canadiens simply because they're one of like because they're one of like the older teams in the league, part of the original 6 and all that, and like they had all these like Stanley Cup wins, and so like nowadays there's so many expectations on them now to be that team that won all those Stanley Cups. And so it was like, okay, yeah, like that's eldest daughter right there. But
that's such a good pick. Like honestly, any one of the like original 6 would probably be a good pick for that because like I feel like there's always so much like pressure on the like any one of those 6 teams, there's always like, whoa, they need to do better. Like, take the Leafs, for example, even. Like, oh, you haven't won a cup in this long. Why not? You know? So, yeah, you're right. That was good.
Thank you. I'm like, you're like validating my choices, and I'm like, yes, thank you.
Yes. We love it. If anybody who's listening disagrees with us, well, then you're wrong.
Yeah. We don't
or let us know why.
Yeah, exactly. We want to know what you would have picked.
Yeah, exactly. Give us your hits. Ruin the Friendship is a very good song. I like the thought process behind it.
Yes.
This one was tough. I'm not gonna lie, to try and like pick somebody who like encapsulates the like, you know, answer the questions because you don't want to regret it. Like, just make the decision because you don't want to regret it. You don't want to be like standing over your like your friend's grave saying that you wish you would have said something type thing. So like, you don't want to be standing metaphorically over your like hockey career's grave saying like, shit, I should have done this better, right? And everybody, like, I mean, every player has like ups and downs and stuff like that, and like struggles through things. So I picked Tyler Sagan for this one.
Okay.
It's a very interesting pick.
Yeah.
But I feel like he projects a lot of confidence in his playing, but he takes a lot of heat from the media, and I feel like there's a lot of like what ifs behind him sometimes. And in some seasons I feel like that has been like expressed in the way he's been playing and in the way he's like interacted with people.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's a good pick for that song because it's like, I feel like he's reflecting on a lot of it being like, well, did I make the right decision here? Did I do the right thing? Or am I standing over my like metaphorical hockey grave? Like, oh shoot.
Wow.
That was like a very like random out of left field. Like,
that was like unexpected, but makes total sense. Like, that one really made me think because I was like, wow.
That was one of the ones where I was like, I don't know who to put for this because like the lyricality of that song is very good. It's very deep and it's very like rooted in this like, don't have the regret by the end of the song, right? Like, it starts as like, oh, I should have kissed you. I should have done this. I should have done that. And then, you know, like, just ruin the friendship because like you'd rather like that than wonder what if for the rest of your life. Answer the question so you don't have to ask it for the rest of your life, right? So I feel like it's really hard to try and like put somebody to that, especially because they're still currently playing, right? Like, they're not retired, so you can't be like, well, your career sucked, so do better.
Yeah. So this one, I picked the Columbus Blue Jackets because of
it. Okay.
Like, I just feel like I know they have all these like questions about like what they would have been like as a team if they still had Johnny. So that was like my whole thought process. I was like, okay, like this seems very like ask questions, you know.
You know what? That's actually like a really good, with Johnny and everything too, having the whole like, I feel like after Johnny passed away, like the team just took this whole new like persona. And I feel like I said before, the ruin the friendship starts in one spot and ends up in another. So it's almost like they like did that.
Exactly.
You know, my little
yes. I'm like, you're putting exactly my thoughts into words because I'm like, I picked all of these things and I know why, but I can't tell you why.
It's hard to like it's hard to encapsulate it sometimes.
Yeah,
or like
exactly.
Express it sometimes.
Yes, but that right there,
I
was
feel you.
Perfect.
Slay.
Shut up.
The brunettes are same braining today.
Yes, exactly. Hive mind. Okay.
We all share brain cells.
Yeah, we do. That was like, I was rewatching last week's episode, and at one point me and Ashley had both said Michigan at the same exact time, like randomly. And I was just like neither of us caught on to that while we were recording. And then I was watching it, I was like we didn't even know. I thought that was so funny. But
that's great. I love that. I was laughing because at the beginning of it, you were like, man, we go away for a summer and now I don't remember how to do this.
Yeah.
was killing myself.
I was like, I don't remember how to do this. Cause like we did get
I
in
was
like the
laughing.
flow of it and all that, and then
Yeah.
we were gone for a little bit, and then
Yeah.
now we're just
We
jumping
just
back
took a
in.
little, it was off season. It's fine.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Ugh.
Yeah.
Actually romantic. What a song.
I don't know if mine's super, but we'll find out.
So, because of the lyrics of this, where it's like, I'm looking at it of the perspective of like this player like saying these things. Okay. So, being like, oh, like that's so sweet that you talk about me so much. That's so sweet that like you think about me, right? So
Mhm.
I picked Mitch Marner.
Okay, yeah.
Because the media is, like, all over him, and, like, especially
Mhm.
with the whole, like, Toronto to Vegas thing, I feel like there was so much pressure on him when he was in Toronto, he got jerked around in Toronto, and then there was all this, like, chatter and talk about him, and now that he's in Vegas, like, it just seems like it's, like, exploded, and there's this really big,
Mhm.
like, spotlight on him, and
Yeah.
whether it's positive or negative is one thing, but I think it's just, like, he's like in his little world, with his wife and his little baby. And he's like, oh,
Mhm.
it's so sweet that you talk about me, like, cool.
Yeah.
You do you, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, this is like I love this song so much because it's one of those
It's a
like
good song.
somebody said something, it's kind of like a bless your heart type vibe.
Yeah.
And it makes total sense. And so whenever I listen to this, I'm like, okay, yeah, like people want to talk about me, run their mouths, blah blah blah.
Hmm.
And for some reason, I don't know why, I literally was like, yeah, this is the devil's.
You know what?
Like, I don't know
That's
if
actually such a good pick because it's true. The media
yeah,
never shuts up about them, but it's always so like
yeah,
negative, and it's like, okay, if you don't like them, why
exactly.
do you let them take up so much headspace?
Exactly. Like, and I don't know if this is just like because we are in the fan base for this team, but like I am constantly seeing like other teams' fan bases just like being like, yeah, like you guys are just like not real fans or whatever. And like I'm like,
It's the name 5 players thing for me. Also,
yeah.
an
And
honorable
it's like
mention, Brad Marchand. He takes up headspace in so many people's heads.
yeah, and like I know that a lot of people hated him on Boston and like valid, like I get it because there are players on other teams that I hate because they play for that team.
Yeah.
Like I hated Jacob Trouba when he played for the Rangers and then he got traded and I was like, "Oh,
Since
like I
Marchand
actually
moved to Florida, I hate him less. Like I still
thank
don't
you.
like him
Thank
and I call
you."
him a rat, but like I hate him
He
less. I think it's just respectfully, I think it's just Boston.
well, cuz I'm not going to lie, like the people in Massachusetts, they're nicknamed massholes for a reason. Like
Oh my God.
the people in Massachusetts are like not nice. Like
That's crazy.
90, maybe like 80% of them are like total jerks and then there's like 20% of them that are like, "Oh, hey sweetheart." And half the time those are people that have like moved there. Whereas like now that he's in Florida, he's getting his son, like getting the raise. He's living his best life and he's so
Yeah.
funny. I like the Panthers did like a social media thing where it was like, "Oh, if you could ask one of your teammates a question, what would you say?" And like everyone else was like, and then he just fired off. He was like, "Why do you smell so good? Why does your hair look so nice? Blah blah blah." And he was just firing them off. And like
I love that.
some of them were like,
I feel like there's like a lot of like players that would fit this song just because it's like, I'm so glad I take up so much headspace for you.
yeah,
You know? Like,
yeah.
I'm just so glad. There's a lot of
Mhm.
people in general that song fits very well.
I'm like, I think I know who you're talking about.
I think I know who this is talking about.
I'm like, there was one very specific person in mind when I listened to the song for the first time. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I had a couple, I'm
Why?
not gonna lie.
How many
Like,
times has your boyfriend said, "Why are you always talking about her?"
right? So like this I listened to this song and the first thing that I thought of was this guy that I was like speaking to earlier in the year, okay? And like my boyfriend now, and I think this is so funny because he literally will like text me out of the blue about the most like random thing. And I'm like, why do you still like, what? Why are you so obsessed with me? Like, what are you doing? So the first time I heard this song, I was like, oh, it's you. You. I really hope he doesn't listen to this podcast.
Oopsies.
Hey, what's up?
Someone else. It's another person. We're not talking about you.
Yeah, you know what?
But like,
It's
if
fine.
the shoe fits.
If you feel like that targeted you specifically, maybe you should reevaluate your life choices.
Period. Yeah. Mhm.
Anywho, let's move on to wish list.
Yes.
Wish list to me is like such a good song because I feel like this like entire time we've seen Taylor as this like big like persona of like, you know, like, oh, she just wants to make music, she just wants to push higher and higher and higher with her career, and she actually just went, no, I want the wedding with the house with the kids with the basketball hoop in the driveway. You can want the 3 dogs that you call your kids, or the Real Madrid contract, or you know, whatever you want, but I want what a lot of people want. And it, to me, it kind of humanized her a little bit, which like,
Yeah.
I know she's a person and she's a human and everything, but I feel like it just took that like pedestal view that a lot of people have of her kind of like away.
Yeah.
So this one I feel like was a little bit tough to like pick somebody for, but I picked a veteran player. I picked Steven Stamkos.
Okay.
Because he is such a like highly respected player. He has been in the league for a long time, and he's not chasing the limelight anymore, even though like he does do very, very well. He, you know, like he's a good player. Everybody kind of knows who he is, but I feel like he's kind of like, I don't need all of those big things. I just want to play hockey, spend time with my family, and enjoy my life. And I feel like that's what like wish list is really about, is like enjoy the things that you want, not what people want for you, you know? So that's why I went with that one.
Yeah. Now I went a little bit of a silly approach for this one.
I support it.
I picked the Maple Leafs because I said winning the Stanley Cup has been on their wish list for a while. Like,
yeah,
it is something that, I mean, they make the playoffs very frequently, but
can we talk about just real quick how, so John Tortorella is an ESPN like commentator this year, and my mom saw the other day, and like I only thought of this because you're one pick and then you sang the Stanley Cup. He picked the Devils to win the cup this year, and I was like,
hopefully you.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's speak that into existence, because I would like that.
I was like, with you previously being like Philly's coach and making that choice, I respect it. Thank you very much. Yes. Anyway, yeah, the Maple Leafs is a really good pick for that, actually, because I feel like that has been something that like the fans want. It's something that like in every interview, you know, Matthews is saying, Willie is saying, like, we want the cup, we want whatever, like we want to do this. So like that's a good, that's their wish list. Yes,
it is their wish list. Both like I was like, okay, yeah, like this could be funny, but it also could be like everyone, every team's, you know, goal is to win the Stanley Cup, but you always hear about Toronto being like, we want this to be our year. Like other teams are like, yeah, that is the goal, but like Toronto is, we want this. So like,
oh, exactly. Every team is gonna say our goal is to win the Stanley Cup, but Toronto, I feel like, is like the most vocal and like being like, we want the cup, we want the cup, we want the cup.
Yeah,
because I mean, how's that working out for you? But
like, live, breathe hockey in Toronto. Like, it just makes the most sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
The next one I'm very excited about. This song is one of the funniest ones to me, if I'm being completely honest.
Yes.
So I have two, like one that I actually picked and then an honorable mention. So I'm going to start with the honorable mention because it's kind of a different like take on the song. So like she talks about all the like different superstitions and stuff like that. So the first person I kind of thought of because of that avenue was Sidney Crosby, because everybody knows that like he's so superstitious about everything.
Yeah.
So like that was my honorable mention for the song because, you know, like I don't know. That man is crazy. Like, I'm sure his hockey socks are like walking on their own at this point.
Probably, yeah.
Like, I don't know if that man washes them. But my
I
actual
hope I never find out.
Yeah, right? Like, I don't need to find out things.
Yeah.
I pray for his significant other and her
Nose hairs. Yeah.
Yeah, literally. My actual pick was based on the fact that this song is very like deeply rooted in like being charismatic and having this like desire, attraction, like sensual kind of air to them. Because, you know, she's talking about like, I don't have to knock on wood, you know, you like showed up and everything was fine. All of that stuff that I did was like not really needed. Like, I'm just, you know, swagger and whatever. So I picked Matthew Kachuk because that guy has so much swagger, so much style, so much just like, I don't have to have superstitions. Like, I'm just, if you're not watching the video, I'm doing this little like swaggy thing. I feel like it fit him because, like I said, like he's got that like confident swagger with that like sensual desire of like, I don't need any of that because I just know I'm like good. So,
yeah.
Word.
That's a good one.
I feel like these are very like out of pocket, but
no, like that one makes a lot of sense because like both on the Panthers and then when he was on Team USA for Four Nations, like he had like, you could tell he had like a different demeanor than the other players on the team. So like
he just has this like swagger about him. It's the best word I can use to describe it. It's because it's not like, it's an attitude, it's a swagger. Like, he seems very just like cool, confident, like, I know I can play hockey, so I don't need any of that knock on wood, the black cat, whatever. You know, I can wash my hockey socks because
I was gonna say I went a similar route and I did the Pittsburgh Penguins. Because of the whole Sidney Crosby thing. And like it's definitely not like superstitions, but it's also like that every single time that like Flower and Sydney and like we're gonna be in the same vicinity, they just were expecting like pranks to be pulled on each other.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where it's like, okay, yeah, like this is a ritual. This is a thing that's gonna happen every single time they play each other. And that's kind of what my thought process was behind this one.
Yeah, that's a good pick, honestly, because I feel like everybody knows that as soon as those two are together, like it's very pranks are happening. There is a lot of like stuff going on, and it's not necessarily like a superstition, but it is like a tradition. And I feel like wood really encapsulates a lot of those like feelings.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, we're so good at this.
Yeah, like damn,
we're killing it.
When you mix our two personalities into one podcast, we really eat with it.
Literally.
Okay. Next song. Canceled.
First off, I just want to say that this song gives so many I did something bad vibes, and I am here for it. I had two specific players in mind, and the one I literally am drawing a blank on the name right now, but it's a Carolina Hurricane, and I feel like he just gets like shit all the time and is always canceled. I can't fucking remember who it is that went flying into the boards during the Dallas game, but it's that one.
Is it the one that like got injured but then didn't?
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but it's like Necas.
Oh, Martin Natchez?
Yeah.
I don't know. There was him, but there was another guy too who tried to like take out Timo and like went like, it was a couple years ago. And I can't remember his name, but he's one of the players that I thought of. And this is why I didn't pick him, because I couldn't remember his name. Clearly it was, you know, that eventful in my head. Maybe it was Natchez, but I feel like it wasn't. But anyway.
Is Flavin a familiar name? Does he play for the team?
He is, only because he's on my fantasy team. I did fantasy hockey this year, and
my gosh, this is totally off topic. I joined a fantasy league, and I literally
girl, we gotta compare teams.
Mine was literally, I was just like, these are all my Shaylas that I'm picking.
My Shaylas.
I have Brad Marchand, I have Brett Pesci, I have Luke Hughes, and then I have Cody Glass. And one of the things, like, because I'm in like a group chat for the league, I was like, okay, like this is my one thing. Please do not take Luke Hughes and Cody Glass because it will absolutely ruin my team's name because my team name is the Looking Glass.
I like that.
Right? I was like, it's like Alice in
Somebody
Wonderland,
in my
but
league. This is about to be very triggering for you, so I apologize. But somebody in my league is literally called Hughes Your Daddy and took Quinn Hughes, and I literally was like, yep, that checks out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the actual player that I picked, because it wasn't the Carolina Hurricane.
Oh, it wasn't?
I couldn't remember his name.
Oh, that's right.
I actually picked Nazem Kadri because I feel like that guy gets so much heat and gets canceled all the time. And he doesn't really care. He just like keeps showing up anyway. And he's like, yeah, like we're good. It's fine. We're good. We're chilling. But I feel like you could pick any like person who is like makes a clean hit but still gets kind of picked on for it. Or like, and I feel like it really depends on like what fan base you're in, because like for us, it's, you know, like we didn't like Jacob Trouba. We didn't like Marty Necas. We don't like, you know, Shvechnikov or whoever it is because they play for the teams that, you know, we don't like. But that was my pick because I feel like overall he's on a pretty unproblematic team because I think he plays for, doesn't he play for Calgary now? I say it with a question mark.
That's sounding very familiar.
Or he did, unless he got like traded, which like he may have because I don't fucking know where he's at anymore.
No, there's so many moves made this
let me
summer
Google
that I
it.
was like, what?
Let me Google it. Yeah, he plays for the Flames right now.
Okay.
At least according to Google. Google says he plays for the Flames. And I feel like the Flames are a pretty like unproblematic team.
Yeah.
So I feel like he gets like kind of, you know, shit on for like no reason. Very, very often. So that was why I picked him.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that logic. I was gonna say I mean, I did the Florida Panthers because back-to-back Cup champions. Like from their perspective, it's like, yeah, like good thing you know, I don't.
We're not friend. Your friends are not the one with matching scars. They're the ones with matching Stanley Cup rings.
Yeah, like exactly. No,
yeah.
I like that was like the first thing that popped into my head. I was like, okay, yeah, good thing I like my friends canceled. Like it.
Yeah, you're
always
gonna
reminds me like there's so many players on that team where it's like the league just hates them. You know, Brad Marchand,
yeah, like
Matthew Tkachuk,
Marchand, Tkachuk, Barkov. Like a lot of people don't like so many of them.
Yeah. And like they're like, like whatever. Like we won the cup 2 years in a row. Like
yeah, good thing we don't mind being canceled.
Yeah. But
yeah. Okay, honey.
This
is such a like sweet song.
It is.
It's so like cutesy and like pooky.
Exactly.
You know? So for this one, I picked somebody who I feel like is just very like very kind, very like calm, and like so I've met this player, so I like know when you interact with him, like he's very just like relaxed, very like down to earth, very like yeah, like we're chilling. So I went with Nick Suzuki.
Okay.
Because like I said, like he's just very like, you know, he's not like way
like
up here. Yeah. He feels like he'd be like a really like laid back like honey vibe, you know?
Yeah.
It's probably his favorite song on the album, let's be real.
Yeah. Nick Suzuki, let us know.
Yeah. Yeah, let us know. Drop a comment.
We know you're watching. Like
yeah, exactly.
This one was really tough choosing a team for because I was like, like I feel
like there's not really a lot of like soft quote unquote like teams in the league anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and that's like, a lot of grit.
That's why I was like having trouble. And so I kind of like changed my perspective and I was like, okay, I'm also gonna view this as like a team that isn't threatening and like it's not. I have never seen like, any like problematic things from this team.
Okay.
So I picked the Minnesota Wild.
Okay, because, real?
Like I couldn't tell you like one single person on that team that has ever been like.
I feel like they're a good pick, or like Utah. Because
that was gonna be my second choice.
like my brother and I have talked about this so much, and I'm like, if somebody looked at me and said like, name a player that plays for Utah, I'd literally look at them like,
I mean, I can tell you John Marino and Nick DeSimone.
well, they play there now, but like, and like Clayton and Logan Cooley plays for them too, but that's probably the best I could do. Like, I don't know who their goaltenders are. I don't know a whole lot about Utah. I mean, same with Minnesota. I can give you Zuccarello and I can give you
Boldy
whoever
and
just
Faber are like
whoever just signed the big contract.
Kaprizov, right?
Yeah, Kaprizov.
That was
my God,
insane.
Yeah,
16
that was
million,
crazy.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it 15?
Yeah,
15
14 or
16,
16 or something like that.
Still, that's insane.
Um,
Like they're
like,
making in a year what I will
wish
never
I could
even
make in a lifetime.
yeah. Like I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna make $1 million in my lifetime. Like,
Right.
let's be for real.
So my brother and I talk about it all the time where we're like, if you asked us to name people on like certain teams, like we can tell you like a lot of them.
Yeah.
But if you gave us a team like that, like out of pocket from like the middle of buttfuck nowhere, we are not going to have an answer.
Yeah.
And my brother is like the stats king. Like he knows a lot of stats. He knows a lot of things. And like those two teams were both like, we know Clayton plays there. That's all we got.
Yeah. That is about it.
Yeah. So that brings us to the last song.
Yes.
That brings us to, the title track.
The Life of a Showgirl.
This song I feel like is so much about learning how to be in a spotlight, learning about how to be glamorous and have all these expectations on you and that like people are watching you. And I feel like this song really hits home for a lot of like the number one draft picks. Whether it's Macklin Celebrini, it's Connor Bedard, Jack Hughes. Like I feel like those people are constantly put in this like major spotlight. So obviously the pick I'm going with is Jack because you gotta show some love to the Devils because I don't think I've picked a Devil for anything else.
I don't think so.
But I feel like for him, like he had such a like shitty rookie year and was kind of learning the ropes. And now you look at him and he's like, hey, like I figured it out. And, I'm a master of this lifestyle now and I've got it. And even through, his playing years, like he's taken a lot of heat. He's taken a lot of criticism. Like he's taken a lot of like really like just like hot takes, whether it's from fans, other players, coaches, whoever, the media, whoever, like they're always giving him heat. And he's like, I feel like finally settled into this, like, I can handle the spotlight now. And like, he's always getting so much like judgment for like what he says, how he interacts with people, how he whatever. And I'm just like, this literally encapsulates the life of a showgirl, an NHL like star. This is what you get when you're an all-star person. And I feel like he, again, Connor Bedard, like they are like the poster, even like Crosby, Nate McKinnon, take any of those like big names. And I feel like those guys really like encapsulate that.
Yeah.
But final pick is Jack because we love Jack. And he's a little pooky.
I picked the San Jose Sharks because of the whole like I like that it kind of not necessarily switches perspective throughout the song, but like in the beginning it's like these people saying like this is the life of a showgirl, like you're not gonna want to live this life, blah blah blah. And then towards the end it's them saying like I'm fit to be a showgirl. So like
like I figured it
like
out.
I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna like do great things, blah blah blah. And it felt like the Sharks, despite having some disappointing seasons recently, they still kind of like go out and do their job and not let the stats kind of like bring them down. And I really admire that, if I'm being honest.
Honestly, that's a really good pick because I feel like the Sharks take a lot of heat and I feel like they expected, similar to like the Blackhawks, kind of expected their number one pick to come in there and fix everything. And that's just like not how it goes. And despite all the disappointment, they still are like, yep, I'm married to the hustle. I got this.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So yeah. I gotta pull up what the fuck I'm supposed to say at the end of this.
Side note, 1-0 them.
Rip, we're back, baby.
We've never been more back.
Literally, we've never been more back.
I literally glanced and I just see, and it was Taylor Hall too.
Of course it was. We've never been more back.
Yeah.
A former devil is scoring against us. Oh my god, I'm getting absolutely curb stomped in my fucking league right now. Just curb stomp. Look at this. Curb stomped. Granted, a lot of my people don't play till later.
Right. Yeah, no, I was gonna say a lot of the people that I picked have just like not played yet.
Oh, Kucherov did really well. That's why this guy got like 12 points off of Kucherov.
Anyway, I picked Kucherov for my team because I was like, I know that like this is gonna help me.
Yeah. That's also, can I just real quick, this has nothing to do with hockey, but go Tigers, because you know we forced a game 5, and respectfully, I know you guys live in New York, but like let's go Blue Jays. I was so happy. I'm so sorry. I know you guys were really rooting for the Yankees, and like I would cheer for Ben Rice, but I'm very happy over here.
Well, they didn't even Ben Rice wasn't even in the lineup for game
he did
4?
Pinch hit though.
He did pinch hit, but that's not like that was towards the end. Put him in the beginning, we would have won.
They were hoping that he would save them, and he did not.
I literally texted the group chat. What was it, yesterday? I said Ben Rice isn't playing, so we are so losing.
I am like, it's unfortunate that it had to be the Jays and the Yankees, because like for me, obviously I'm gonna cheer for the Jays.
Yeah.
And I know the rest of you are gonna cheer for the Yankees, but I was very quietly like, yay. And now I'm hoping that the Tigers can beat Seattle tomorrow. We're recording this on October 9th, so this is gonna come out after that game is already done. But I'm really hoping that the Tigers manage to pull this off, because I will be one happy camper. And then like a Detroit-Toronto series, I feel like would be like a Subway series for me, if that makes sense.
If it came down to it, who would you want to win, Detroit or Toronto?
So I would be happy either way, but I'm a Detroit fan, so like I would want Detroit to win, but I would be happy if the Jays went too. Like there's really no losing for me at that point, because it's
if it does come down to that, I am going to root for the downfall of the Jays. So.
Well, I mean, I get that, because they kicked out the Yankees.
It'll be like technically I'm rooting as the same team, but like also not.
I just, you know what? Like I am obsessed with Javi Baez, and I'm giving a very large shout out to the Yankees for giving us Gleyber Torres. They did a whole hell of a lot for us in that game yesterday, and like are the reason why we managed to get a game 5. So like I just need them to win game 5, please, and thank you very much.
Yeah.
I won't be here to go to any of the games if they do, but it's fine. Anywho,
yes. Back to hockey.
That was my little sidetrack, because I just feel like we like are gonna be so hockey focused now, because it's hockey season, and like with a little bit of football mixed in, basketball too. But baseball's coming to an end, and I haven't had a chance to say too much about it after actually following baseball all summer. So
I mean, I've only been following baseball since like August.
Yeah, you know what? I think when did we go? I think the first game I went to was over like our civic holiday weekend. So like the very, very beginning of August. Like not my first MLB game, but like my first game this season. Right. And then we had so much fun that like my boyfriend and I were like, we should go to another one. And we just ended up going to like 4 or 5 games. And the more you go, and like he used to play, so when you go with people who like understand the game and can explain it to you, I feel like it makes the sport that much more fun.
Yeah.
So I actually was really enjoying myself, and now I'm like, okay. Right. I'm here for the vibes.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, you know what? It's fine. We're fine. I'm gonna be stressed tomorrow. We have the 8 o'clock pitch, so
Ooh.
yeah. I will be sitting in the corner of my house like, please win, please win, please win. That's gonna be me when we're done here. I'm gonna hightail it downstairs and say, please win, please win, please win.
Yeah.
To the Devils.
Right? I'm like, what period is it even?
I think it's still the first.
Oh my god, we still have like 11 minutes left in it. Anyways.
Oh, really? Okay, so we haven't missed much. Perfect.
Which is good. Yeah.
Anywho, that concludes our set list. Now that we've derailed the train 18 times. A little bit of heartbreak, a lot of penalties, and enough sequins that even the carved ice sparkles. We love sparkles.
Yeah.
Taylor's living her showgirl era, and honestly, so are the boys. Stream the life of a showgirl, follow your local NHL himbo, and we'll see you next week for more Brunettes Who Bitch. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, the whole,
Yeah.
shebang, shaboom.
Exactly. See you in the next episode. Heart
See you next
ham.
week. See you next week. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about next week, but we'll see you there.
Either we will find out.